A very good morning, my dear students. Today we discuss about the unit 4, the two-dimensional vector variable problem. Unit 3 is also same the two-dimensional scalar variable problem. It is a vector variable problem. Before going to discuss about the fourth unit, we need to know elasticity equation. Everybody know within elastic limit the stress is directly proportional to the strain. This equation must be satisfied for any structural problem. We obtain the exact solution. There are four basic equations: stress displacement relationship equation, stress strain relationship equation, equilibrium equation, and compatibility equation. All the four equations we are already discussed in the unit 2 as well as unit 3. This unit we are discussing about axiometric element. What is the axiometric element? Many three-dimensional problem in engineering, it has a symmetric about one axis of rotation. Which element is rotate about one axis about the symmetry axis, it is called axiometric element. Such a type of problem are known as axiometric element. Look at the diagram. It is an element, it is rotate with respect to central axis. So this type of element we called as axiometric element. We are seeing the cooker is one best example of axiometric element, pressure vessel axiometric element, and then in a engine side cylinder liner, piston, all the elements are axiometric element. Simply say that which element we can need to draw by using revolve command, that element is called axiometric element. The axiometric element is described as cylindrical coordinate r, theta, and then z. The following requirement is highly essential for the axiometric problem. The problem domain must be symmetry about the axis of revolution, which is conventionally taken as a z axis. It's a main requirement and then condition for the axiometric element. After that, we know all the boundary condition must be symmetry about the axis. During the combustion stroke, the pressure and the temperature act at the cylinder wall. Symmetry about all the cylinder wall. It is not a particular side is a maximum, another side as a minimum. It should be symmetry about the one axis of revolution. Similarly, boundary condition as well as loading condition must be symmetry about the axis. It is a formula, the stress strain displacement matrix. We must memory this equation. B is a stress strain relationship matrix. 1 by 2A. 2A is nothing but A is the area of the triangle element. Beta, alpha is some understanding the some constant. The formula is given for that. What is the R? R1 is nothing but R1, R2, R3. The summation of three coordinate divided by 3 is the average of R coordinate. Similarly, Z is the average of Z coordinate. Alpha 1, alpha 2. All the formula is given. We need to understand and then we really memorize the equation. If we can write the open book test, there is no need to muck up. You can understand how to apply. We are solving the problem. We definitely understand how to apply. And then stress strain relationship matrix. There is another name is called the D matrix. You can understand what is the B matrix and then what is the D matrix. By using the Cook's law, we obtain stress strain relationship matrix. It is the matrix D is equal to E is nothing but Young's modulus 1 plus V and then 1 minus 2V. It is a formula. What is the V? V is the Poisson ratio. And then stiffness matrix. It's a global stiffness matrix, the integral over volume. If this matrix we can use a 3-dimensional, it should be converted 2-dimensional for axiomatic problem given below. There is a 2 pi r A B transfer and then D again we multiply by B matrix. We already know R is the average of the R axis or R coordinate. Cross sectional area of the triangular element, we can use both of BH. B is the breadth and then H is the height of the triangular. Otherwise we can use the formula of, we can use this matrix. Yes, axiometric element also have the temperature effect. The pressure vessel definitely it has the temperature problem. When the free expansion is prevented in an axiometric element, the change in temperature causes of the stresses for the particular element. Let us know whether del B is rising or changing the temperature. Alpha is the coefficient of thermal expansion, and then we can write the force vector. Sir, you have doubt. Suppose temperature effect is not able to change the stiffness of the matrix. Definitely, it is temperature we can consider as a force matrix, so it is not affect the stiffness matrix. It is one example problem given for us for the elements shown in the figure. It is a one type of triangular element. You can easily understand it's an axiomatic element through the coordinates given. The coordinates generally given R, Z. You can write the R, Z value and then given Young's modulus, you can convert the Newton per meter squared. Already there are given 200 gigapascal, you can convert the. After that you can write the equation, find the A value, area of the triangle. There is a both formula, the matrix or general formula equal, there is a no problem, which you can familiar, you can apply and solve it. After we can find out R and Z coordinate. First we can find out the stress strain relationship matrix. This matrix is called the D matrix. Write the formula, substitute value, and then we go strain displacement relationship matrix. First you can write the formula and then find out all the parameter like alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, R1, R2, R3. It is not R1, gamma. And then simplify the all the substitute all the value and then write the matrix. Here we can take an away 25 above. Yes. Here for the stress strain relationship matrix we taken for outside 0.25, then only inside we go complete numerical value 311. Similarly you have 25. Sir, I am not interested to take outside any value, there is no problem, you can solve it directly. It is possible to solve, but it will be take more time. Here we need to multiply B and D matrix. You can multiply row and column. First row 3 1 1 0. Here first column minus 2 1 0 0. You can multiply 3 into minus 2 is equal to minus 6. And then 1 into 1 plus 1. Next two element gives 0. So minus 6 plus 1 minus 5. That's why we can write minus 5. Similarly you can multiply all the row and column. Before that, the outside of the matrix have 80 into 10 to the power 3, here 0.001. We can multiply both value, we got 800. And then you can write the P transfer. P transfer, everyone know, we should be convert a row as a column, column as a row. And then again we can multiply B transfer. Already we have the value D into B, so simply you can write here. It is a value. Finally, it is a stiffness matrix formula. You can substitute all the value. Finally, we got the answer. I hope everyone understand how to find out the stiffness matrix for the axiomatic element. It is another one element. It is another one example of the problem. The axiomatic element. Here we need to find out element stresses. It is a coordinate U1, U2, U3. What is a U1, U2, U3, W1, W2, W3? It is nothing but the nodal displacement. So axiomatic element, every node have two displacement, either U and W. It is a formula. The solution of stress sigma is equal to D, B and U. What is the D? Strain displacement matrix. B is a stress strain relationship matrix. Before that, we need to find out area and then coordinate. It is a stress strain relationship matrix, D matrix. It is a formula, you can find the D matrix. After that, you can find out the stress displacement matrix, B matrix. Oh, here we can miss one side of paper. I can upload the paper in the Google Classroom. Next paper we are find out the B matrix as well as D matrix. Substitute the value in the above formula. We got the stress value. This sigma R is now known as a radial stress. Sigma theta is a circumferential stress. Last one is sigma is a longitudinal stress. And then tau z is a shear stress. It is a fourth unit, a very simple unit we have only for axiometric element. It should be classified as a two level of problem. One is we directly find out stress. Another one is we need to find out the stiffness. Thanks for watching.